STQC came out with a website certification scheme also. So, do we have some idea how many websites they have already certified? Or something?
I wouldn't have that information offhand, but
Right,
those statistics can be
Right.
easily provided by the STQC.
Right. So, talking about website also, I would like to congratulate DIT on its accessible website. And I understand that government is also drafting a national policy on electronic accessibility. So, what is the thought and highlights of this policy?
Well, there are, of course, there is an existing policy on, there is an existing set of guidelines with regard to the government websites. And these guidelines have several stipulations in terms of how the website should be designed and how the content should be managed. And additionally, how they should be made more accessible to various people, including people with special needs, etc. So all of these are continuously supplemented, keeping in view both international norms as well as the needs that we have in this country.
So, and any parts for multilingual website which is beyond Hindi and English?
In fact, we do have a set of instructions to bring in multilingual character into all the websites, and the national portal, as you may know, is in both Hindi and in English, and so also similarly for other websites. In most of the state governments as well, I think efforts are on to bring in the regional language also. This effort to bring in the regional language support or regional language option at the state level needs to be supported by the development of certain technology tools in the language arena, in which area the CDAC has done a lot of work. And today there are also many private sector companies also which are coming out with different kinds of projects, different kinds of products, of text to speech and speech to text and so on. So overall, we do see this whole language technology as being one of the major areas of growth in the IT sector.
So, and talking about the project itself, which projects will you classify as success, which as failures in the e-governance projects?
I think that the projects which have succeeded to a significant extent. Of course, the MCA is one of the oldest projects. The income tax project, already lots of people have been availing of the services. Excise, I think now the service delivery has begun. UID project, I think a lot of it has been written, but it is still in the early days. The immigration project has very recently been cleared by the expenditure committee. Then if you look at the state sector projects, of course land records again being the oldest, there are many states where very creditable progress has been achieved. Karnataka was one of the earliest, but there are now at least 14 states where a substantial amount of both information and services are available. Registration is another project where in a number of states the services are available. In a lot of the states, actually, number of services have now been piloted. Now, in these projects, it's not possible to list out a specific set of services across the board. These vary from state to state, but those list of services are available state-wise. The e-district project has in fact demonstrated a whole suite of projects of this nature. The municipalities project has also made very substantial progress. Many municipalities have implemented the project. A lot of states are also implementing the municipalities project on a hosted model, where from a single repository at the state level, multiple municipalities are providing the services. The CSC project also has shown, I would say, fairly impressive results in many states. And among the infrastructure projects, of course, the state wide area network, many states have now really begun to to utilize the full potential of projects. So all said and done, I think these are some of the MMPs and infrastructure projects. There are many other projects also which are not necessarily MMPs, but where there has been a very substantial usage of ICT, like under the National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. Recently, we've also had a interministerial group which has made recommendations on how to integrate financial service delivery, basic financial services with the mobile technology. And this report has been accepted by the government and has been, conveyed for implementation to all the agencies concerned. All said and done, there are, I would say, a fairly large number of areas where very significant and substantial progress has been made. In terms of failures, I wouldn't really classify them as failures in the sense that the project objectives remain. There are several cases where the projects may not have fully achieved the project objectives, and therefore there is a need to look at what are the shortcomings and how these shortcomings need to be completed, because the project objectives are in a sense governance objectives, not so much technology objectives. I think that the definition of project objectives in terms of service delivery has, apart from providing a benchmark for evaluating the project, has ensured that the goals of the project are absolute, and whatever gaps are there in the execution of the project have to be then addressed again post the implementation of the project.
So is it like asking a father which son is a failure? I mean, you've not named any failure project per se.
Well, you had yourself mentioned, for example, the EGA World as a project which had failed. But what I'm trying to say is that initiative may have failed, but I don't call it a failure of the project, because the project itself remains absolutely necessary and valid. That is the point I'm trying to make. So yes, the initiative has failed, but I would not call that a project failure. We need to find a way now to achieve that objective.